want to remember.
So we say go bed late
because of the prayers.
Yeah, you got to try and do it. They say make use of the nights, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, make use of the nights, and we don't know what night. So you know,
true.
Every night, and then
it's true.
So all of that, and then as we always say, like no matter how much you try to prepare, you can't.
Well, that's what I was saying the other day. Me personally, I don't believe there's such thing as prepare. You can't prepare because no matter what you do, you're gonna. For me, I always find the first few days hard.
It's gonna throw you off. It throws you off. You got to get used to it, and it's just a routine, really, isn't it?
Yeah. The way it came around, I feel like it came around so quick. It's like I didn't take.
Just give context. We're talking about Ramadan.
I didn't take for granted enough times to eat during the day. I feel like, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I don't feel like I made the most out of that.
I feel like we underestimate this one because we've had some long summers. We've had some hard ones. This one's gonna be easy. It's winter. It shouldn't be difficult, but then we still find ourselves hungry. But for me, it's like I said, it's just routine or habit. I'm not really hungry, you know, but I'm still just habit. Just going for I can't eat. You know, or going to smoke. You can't smoke whatever, whatever. You know. So it's just habit, really. It's not so much. There's not so much hunger. But I find it easy to be on top of it because remember you're breaking your fast at a good time.
Yeah.
You know you can go pray Tawheed and get home for a good time. You know you can get up at 4:30, have a coffee. You can still have a coffee in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You can still have a breakfast. You know, chill out. And it's not. It's still you can still do everything in the same normal time frame. That's why.
The summers was mad, innit?
Summers was all over the place, man.
But I did go in this time with the mindset, like you said, the timing is pretty easy. I don't want to, but it's just like you said, but doing it every day though, and knowing that you can't break it fast. That's the thing, isn't it? Because sometimes I don't eat until like 2, 3 anyway. But knowing that you can't eat until 5ish every day for a month, then it's kind of more of a mental thing.
Definitely.
Yeah, the mental thing is deep because also sometimes I have to work here, and usually I'm on my coffee break. And the first day I got up and it's almost like sit back down at the machine.
Do you know, it's always remind you that some of these things are luxury because we're not at this stage of Ramadan at the time. None of us are really hungry.
No, I'm not really hungry.
It's not like summer when you're really hungry. No. You know, so it's just knowing that these things are luxuries and they're not necessities. Does that make sense?
I understand the reasoning. I don't know because these things they're the things that make life, isn't they? Having a bit to eat.
No, I'm talking about like the coffees, the little ex-coffees of the day, the little cigarette, or the vaping breaks. You know what I'm saying? The little snack every day.
It's habit, but that's why. But that's why the first week or so is the hardest because it's breaking out the norm. Because it's just like even coming here, I'm used to having a little hot drink or whatever, and I think okay, I can't have it's like you're feeling it's like more detrimental than what it is. Like
what you gonna do yourself?
Like you're pulling your head like, how am I gonna function? Like, do you know what I mean? But after the first week, then it's normal. That's when you're just flowing. You know
But then, as we've been saying, you know, may the month be a benefit. May we benefit from the blessed month.
That's the one.
That's it. Go on.
No, just that you got to take advantage of this month. You know, I don't know who I was chatting to, but this is the time where everything counts in it. You know, this time to get closer to God, get some extra prayers and read some Quran. You know, this is if you want something, this is the time.
To ask for it.
And you know, that's what I was thinking about as well, because before, like, always just said, you know what, this is the time to get on a mission to try and actually achieve something that, you know, and so even all the things we used to do with properties and that, I used to get more into gear. Ramadan's the time because this is the time when, you know, you might know victory. But because sort of things are so different now, so I'm thinking, right, well, actually, what is it that I'd want to really, you know, get over the line? I'd be making it up, to be honest, because I'm not on anything like that.
But it's yourself. That's what you're going to get over, because even like your body tunes itself up, your mind tunes itself up. So for me, even what were we in 2-3 days?
3 days.
And I feel benefits of it. I feel like I'm feeling the benefits already.
100%.
You understand what I mean? So it's probably more, it's not even the external stuff, it's the internal stuff. And then the internal stuff will make different to the external stuff. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Personal development.
Personal
Maybe at the end,
development.
that's the end. You
That's
can
the
just
one.
move forward with whatever goals you have. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or start that, or preparation during the time.
Brothers, listen, we're supposed to be mashing works in the world, because I go through this all the time. I sit there and say, all right, okay, you're very contained and cool and la 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 la, but man is supposed to be out in the world mashing works. And so I kind of like, I have to prick myself and remember, you can't be this bloody, you can't be on this sort of like solitude, like reflective, la la la, sit down, quietly all the time, because that's actually not what men are supposed to be doing. Men are supposed to be out there. We're supposed to be mashing works.
Concrete.
Yeah,
But who was saying that the other day? Was that American diplomat Rubio Marco? What's his name?
Oh gosh,
He was saying that we mash works in America and Europe. This is what we do from day one, and this is what we need to be doing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? As a whole, men and it's mashing works, and they mash works. Let's be
you're right. But I think but don't let them believe that they're the only ones that can mash works.
No, we know we can mash works.
Because remember, it's his story. So what was happening before that? Because what happens is everyone has their time. So let's say how much the last 3 cents, whatever, it's their time. That don't mean what, because we don't know, like everyone's had their time. So it's not just them that can match works. Do you understand me? So that's how they want to.
I suppose.
Trick, you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean though?
Yeah. Obviously,
But I think as a
on the
whole-
global stage, it seemed like they matched.
At this precise moment in time. But if you look at it in a whole, everything's changing. That's why a lot of them can't handle it.
But this is what I'm saying, because even from watching that conference in Munich the other day, I was under pressure. Obviously, I know the Joe public don't like the migration thing, but they actually feel, Europe actually does genuinely feel like they lost control. I just thought it was the public. I thought the big heads elite, they didn't mind.
So what do you mean they've lost control? Because I'm not that well versed.
What they're saying is that they generally are not happy with how the migration has gone on. I'm not talking about Joe public on the street.
No, but I'm talking
about the politics.
I don't believe
the government.
I don't think that's. I think because things are happening because they want it to happen.
Yeah, because America can't really talk about Europe because they're the same kind of mix as us, isn't it?
Well, America's got different border issues in it, but America,
they got more control of it. They're on top of it. They still.
With the China,
outwardly,
with
the eyes thing and that.
Yeah. They're on some crazy thing, and they want that over here. But what I mean is in all empires crumble at some point. So if you look, you had the British Empire, the Roman Empire, the Ottoman Empire, the Moors. Remember the Moors conquered Europe, bro. So that's what I mean. So when things change all the time, like even if you look at hair, like look for example, Africa. We've moved from Africa to Jamaica to hair. Remember the natives from here, they was in Denmark and Netherlands before they come here. Things are always changing, but a lot of people their minds can't handle the change. Do you understand what I mean?
Because a lot of people do say that it's on the last leg.
They're on the last leg.
They are scarping around trying to hold it together.
They are.
Erratic,
But you have to remember, for them, this is money and power, innit? And this is without that. I mean, I agree with you. I think one, they just feel like, let it go, bro. At the end of the day, it's gonna switch at some point. You can't have it forever, right? But for them, without that money and power, they just feel like they're obsolete.
But what you said the last time though, but this system can't crumble because they print the money.
Yeah, but what we talking about here, so this is what we've got to be clear, because I think we talking about the system, or we talking about everyday people. I think everyday people, they're in their head, they've been superior. So that's what they can't handle, that facade's disappearing. Right. Do you understand? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean, That's the everyday
person. But what we talking about the system.
I'm talking about the system.
Go on.
No, that's what I was just talking about the system.
Go on, okay,
You're, like people said in the last leg, but I'm just saying
that's a tough one though.
It's a tough one because can it?
They can't. If they can't.
It's hard. It's hard.
But what you got to remember, we don't know what really behind it, because it's what's on top of the system.
I tell you what,
all we know is what we see and what we hear. But if they are generally controlled in the system,
but you know the only way it will crumble is from within. That's the only way I think it can crumble. You see, like you got them coups in Africa. It has to be from within. Does that make sense?
Okay.
They do. So they say that, like, for something to crumble from within, that would mean some kind of civil conflict. That's on. You're talking about some kind of civil war if it's going to crumble from within, or what? Is that what we're talking about?
Ain't civil wars amongst the people, but okay, can I be honest though? I don't think is the system crumbling.
The system, when you analyse it from the outside, it is in an awful state.
It does look.
It's an excess of debt.
Give us some key points.
Right. Well, the debt. So the debt across the major European countries, in the main, exceeds what they bring in. So everybody's debt is bigger than the taxes that they generate, because that's how government run.
But how you got to look at who's the debt to?
The debt is to this is
the World Bank or whatever.
It's not even
that.
It's not even that. For the European countries, for the West, they borrow based on issuing what they call, over in America, they call them treasury bonds, right? So they create these treasuries that pay interest over 5 year, 10 year, whatever, but they sell on a private market. So it's individuals buy government debt in the form of bonds and treasuries, and that's what they use to generate money to cover their debt.
Okay, so do you think any country? Do you think they really have intention to ever clearing them debts?
I think they'll never clear the debt.
I don't think they can. I don't think
there
they
you
can.
go. So then it's a big game.
It is a big game. Now, but what that means then is if the government debt is held by individuals, right?
Who's
Not
individuals?
So those do you remember they said that George Soros nearly broke the pound, or nearly, That means if an individual can hold that much debt, or a sovereign state can hold that much debt for a country, that when they drop that those bonds back into the market, it can topple a country's economy. Now, because there's such a marketplace for the treasuries and bonds, it doesn't. But there's always that, they say, if China sort of like sells off its dollar debt, right, what it holds of dollars, it could tip America over the edge. So that's the thing. So whoever's holding that country's debt, if they release it into the marketplace, and it could be trouble. But essentially, the Western countries, they print the bonds, they generate the treasuries and bonds in order to cover themselves. So they don't have to go. They don't have to go and queue up anywhere to say you're going to lend me this money. They just push these treasuries into the marketplace, and private individuals and sovereign funds buy them.
The West was industrialized off resources from around the world, right? That they collected when they colonized a lot of the world.
That industrial revolution, that industrial revolution was built on that. Yeah.
So when you see a lot of these countries now, obviously they're trying to get their control of the resources and come. Is that what will crumble the West?
I don't know.
It must have an impact though, no?
It can have an impact, but all commodities are traded on a commodity exchange. Yeah, and so those exchanges, they generally manipulate prices. Yeah, and so the key is, right, how do you get the best price for your commodities? But raw commodities is one thing, but then adding value to those raw commodities is another. So everybody wants to step up the production chain, so they want, how much more can we do with our commodities, and how can we diversify the market so that we can get better money for the raw materials. So there's a lot stacked, and it doesn't happen easily. It's just because the whole thing is rigged, isn't it? There's marketplaces for everything that are controlled by third parties, not by the countries that produce the things.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
So it's not easy. Change is not easy.
So when we see things like, obviously, like Gaddafi, and we see like the whole issue with is it Ibrahim Traore? Yeah. So they're taking over their resources, or they're looking at, and Gaddafi was looking at African banking or something like that. Yeah. So the West got a bit crazy like that, and then they go over there and do what they got to do. So it must have some impact on their.
It can have some impact, because Gaddafi was saying, right, okay, well, what we want, go on.
Yeah, he was saying African dollar, all the African countries unite. So he was the first one talking. He kind of led the pathway for the Ibrahim Traores and whatnot. And because it's quite powerful, but obviously America, if you don't sing to their tune, what they're going to do?
Yeah, we know.
They're going to get you out there.
Well, that's the relevance. America, and this is the thing, their thing is based on strong arm. That's why all their money goes on defence. Because that's it. Yeah. So if they don't like what's going on, okay, we need to dismantle over there before it gets and they get out of control. They get
and they're constantly on it. They're always active, like from Venezuela to Iran. Now they come and they basically say to Europe, you lot need to get on board with us. You know what I'm saying? Because we're on it. We're fully trying to.
They're fully on it.
You know, get back. We're staying in trouble. Russia and China just trying to. China